I've demanded equal time, and the man has given it. So it's about time for us to merge program and program. The Rich Eisen Show and the Pat McAfee Show together.
When was the last time you were on ESPN?
The draft at Nashville.
This year? Oh, in Nashville.
Wow. Nashville, Tennessee. I was on with Trey
2018.
and Reese and Greeny. Back in the day.
2019.
All right, there we go. Is it happening right now? We're happening right now?
He's got a bald head, but he can run a 40.
Amen.
Rich Eisen.
Yeah.
See, you clap to your right, I clap to my left. That's how we're doing it right here on the simulcast. Look at us, Pat. Look at us, brother.
Rich, it is an honor to do this alongside you. And let me give a brief testimony about how much I love Rich Eisen.
Okay.
So Rich, he does the punters are people too movement, and that started kind of in mockery, but he has stood by it. So we do appreciate that. We do appreciate that. His love for specialists has been around a long time, and he's still there. Mm-hmm. But before anybody would give me a shot at anything on TV, anywhere, Rich Eisen had me on his podcast, on his show, supported me on the internet, on that chair. So, Rich, you have been a believer in somebody that has helped me, in this business immensely. We appreciate you, Rich. We appreciate you, Rich. So, with that being said, welcome back to ESPN. It's great to have you help build this place. Let's go, Rich.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
With that being said, when Schefter said what he said about you yesterday, we did not like it.
Man, oh, man.
He did not.
No, Pat. You can't do that because I watch the Pat McAfee Show when I'm not on this program. I watch your program, and I know it all started with Ty saying that I got dusted. Okay, that's how it started. That's how it started, which is an interesting way to repay me for giving Mad Mel a free pass to the entire combine this year. But that said, the word dusted came into the ether, and then Adam flexed up, bowed up, and started talking about kicking my ass. And that is just an outrage, Pat. That is an outrage because you have a pair of eyes. And you can see that run. The guy tripped over his own feet. He's lucky there was something to keep him from face planting because that beautiful face could not be dispensing facts and information on ESPN without that backstop. So I'm sorry to jump in there, but the fact is,
yeah, we weren't happy about it, though. Todd said what he said just to see how Schefter would respond. This is classic lead investigating, because we knew that Schefter could potentially have this moment. Because remember, Schefter's been captured on camera having a 2-inch vertical. Yeah. Remember when he tried to do the Lambo leap? Yep. So this particular video, when it hit the internet, made him look very athletic. Both of you. He said he's 50-something.
53?
57. Yeah.
How old are you, Rich? You don't have to say, but how old?
No, I'm fine. I don't care. I'm double nickel. He's got 2 years on me. We went to college together.
He's older than you.
Oh my God! He is.
And he dusted you.
Dusted. Excuse me. Now let me have a little bit of a say here. Okay. So we're at Fanatics Fest. I show up at the NFL 40-yard dash line there, whatever. Had no intention of running. I ran not once but twice before that run. Twice. Because Michael Rubin was running against an influencer, to be honest, whose name escapes me right now.
Wow. No respect, Rich.
No. We all have influence. We all have influence. Listen. Okay. So I ran not once but twice. And Schefter then comes up to me and goes, "You want to run? You can do a little Michigan on Michigan thing, And so, he says that, and there was none like, let's see who's the king of the 40. Let's see who can kick each other's ass. It was just, let's have some fun together, right? So we do that, even though I know this is not going to work out well for me. It's my third run, and to be honest with you, I had some very fashionable lace-up boat shoes I should not have been running in at all.
Can't be running the boat shoes. Yep, agreed.
Fashion killed me here. Look at those shoes. I shouldn't be running in that. And Schefter had on Air Force Ones all laced up. Okay, so
Air Force Ones are tough to run in. I don't know if the Air Force Ones are tough to run in because obviously you got the big base. They make you taller, and you don't want to crease those things. Although I don't think Schefter knows any of those rules. I appreciate that you guys at 55 and 57 though were able to stride out like that. I think that's the big story here.
Okay, now, thank you. I appreciate it.
Schefter,
He did.
Yeah,
He said.
King him. Yeah, I did.
He did say he's the king of the 40. So hopefully at the next combine, you guys will be able to get back out there, raise some more money for St. Jude's, which you have done
Thank you.
in a remarkable way, turning something that is pretty monotonous into a philanthropic effort that has affected many. Hey, Rich, that's the beauty of Rich Eisen
Thank you,
football.
sir.
Now, I have another question for you, though, Rich, here quickly. And I know we're going to have to handle some business here in a couple minutes, and we can't wait to watch a master at work with that entire
Throw
operation.
to my radio break before the Roku channel rejoins the audience. Okay, sounds good.
Boom. Bingo. That's the case. The NFL right now, and you can take this all the way to your break, obviously. The NFL feels like it is on fire.
Yes.
It feels like it is bigger and better than ever. Yeah. Valuation through the roof. They just released a $679 Sunday ticket through Apple TV. And then obviously you got the YouTube TV, and there's that lawsuit that's taking place. But it would literally just be a bite out of an apple and billions of dollars. Can you feel it as the first ever employee at NFL Network and for the league that this is on-air talent? Is this the biggest the NFL's ever been? Is it very obvious? And where else can they go, Rich? Where else can the NFL go, and what else can they do?
Different places on planet Earth, Pat. I mean, that's the next step, is to grow the game internationally. We're already getting a game in Brazil, as you know. The day
Don't wear green, Rich. Don't wear green out there.
I've heard that story. That's why I heard that, I guess, in the same situation. That's why there's great French blue button down. For my radio audience, need to describe that. But there's, He
looks very svelte, too, and jacked for your radio audience. Rich Eisen is jacked. Just so people know. Just so people know. Real deal. I don't know what he's doing. But
no. And honestly, in person, Schefter put on a couple LBs. Listen. So there's three games in London. There's one in Munich, and then there's one in Brazil this year. And there's just more and more opportunities to grow the game internationally. And I do believe there's going to probably be down the road maybe a new TV package based off of that whole business. I definitely feel it. When NFL Network first started, this is going to be season 22 for me at NFL Network, Pat, and when that started, a lot of folks were wondering, what are you going to talk about in between playing seasons? What are you going to do? What's to discuss? I do remember one of my last SportsCenter ideas meeting before I was, I guess given a cardboard box. Yes, that foot movement right there. Back in 2003. By the way, excellent flexibility on your part right there, Pat. That would have put me in traction if I tried that right now. But in a long story short, though, one of the ideas meetings we had was to bring up in early April, let's talk some football on SportsCenter. And a lot of people were sort of looking cross-eyed at that because it was the beginning of March Madness, the middle of March Madness, and it was the beginning of baseball season. It was Masters Week. There was so much going on that nobody really wanted to talk football at 4 weeks before the draft. That's totally changed now. As you could see on ESPN, NFL Live's a fantastic program. There's so many other shows based on all of that stuff. There's now multiple Hard Knocks. There's one special one that's coming this fall, as a matter of fact, that I'm hearing about. And I think people can't get enough of it. So we're in that sort of business. But I do believe it's time for my first break, Pat. Ready? You ready? Because I've got to throw to break. You remember terrestrial radio, those days for you, Pat, right? Remember those days?
We were there for a few months. What a Heisman, kept it moving. I remember that. I remember those times.
We're on terrestrial radio, so I'm going to throw to my radio break, and that's 3 minutes long. And then I come back and bring back my Roku channel audience for 2 minutes. And then I'm one big happy family again. And then we'll hang out until you have your first guest. Correct? Is that the way we're going to run this thing?
Yeah, so we're gonna remain live because we don't do the radio breaks anymore. Thank God. We weren't great at them, to be honest. And we have one out an hour, 57.
Okay.
57.
Okay, so that's your hard out at the top. I've got one of those too at the very end of the first hour, but we still got time. All right, so I'm going to throw to break, and here's how it's going to go. We'll be back on the Rich Eisen Show terrestrial radio network right here on the Roku channel and more when we come back. And we're clear. We're clear. We're clear.
Hey, how good of a teaser was that for the radio people? They think that we just got maybe like maybe somebody escaped and attacked us. They can't wait to tune back in there. You know what I mean? I just wanted to add a little sauce.
I appreciate it.
Sauce.
So what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about...
Time's yours, Pat. Let me ask you this question. So, Ty, Can I ask Ty a question?
Whoa.
Ty,
Absolutely, Rich. You can do whatever you want.
how does Mel Kiper feel about your imitation of him?
To be honest, I don't know. I've
What do you
heard
mean?
from people. People have said that he loves it. I have a tough time believing it. I do not believe that. I think if Mel Kiper were to see me, he'd probably want to smack the taste out of my mouth.
Heath Hamill loves it. Lou Holtz was on the show, obviously,
Yeah.
started the entire thing. Mel Kiper, though, we've tried to book on the show
Several times.
like maybe 10 times. And it is legit. Yeah, we think there is potential heat with Mel Kiper. With that being said, we're cool with it because Mad Mel Kiper is one of the greatest additions to my life, personally, out of all time, Rich.
It's one of my favorite. When Mad Mel stormed off the set, is truly one of my favorite moments in the history of the Pat McAfee Show. When he stormed off the set, and getting Ryan Day off his game with the Lou Holtz stuff. Now that, as a Michigan guy, that is chef's kiss, man. That was awesome.
Did you know Ryan Day? We went to Ohio State later in the year. Ryan Day came on the show.
Yeah.
Ty was dressed up as Lou Holtz, asked him a question, and Ryan Day was answering him as if he was serious. Like it was an actual, and I was like so proud of Ryan Day. I legitimately was so proud of Ryan Day. And then also you, obviously, whenever your ability to impersonate some of these people become a motivating factor for a team to win a game that could potentially cost them a national championship. I mean, you really pulled it off.
Oh, yeah,
You should be proud of yourself, Ty.
I mean, we've done a lot of crazy stuff. I remember, I think I fell asleep late in like the second half during the Notre Dame Ohio State
So
game.
did Lou Holtz.
And then I,
Right. He was still wearing a mask.
Yeah. And then I woke up and I had about 250 text messages, and I saw the clip and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. What's going on? That was truly bizarre.
Okay, so let's talk about bizarre. Rich, how long have you been doing the Daily Show year round now?
This show turns 10 in October.
Okay, so congrats on that, by the
Thank
way.
you.
Not easy at all. Whenever you talk about that time in between the NFL season and then the NFL season again, and obviously you're at Sports Center, so you're covering all this shit.
Right.
Man, 10 years of off-season coverage is wild. Like the Olympics saved us this year. I assume same thing for you over there?
Caitlin Clark, too, pal. There's no question about it.
Well, the universe told me not to talk about her.
Uh-oh. Is that right?
The universe. Yeah, the universe.
Yeah, send some message.
Yeah, God came in and was like, you know what, pal? Probably go ahead and stop it.
I had no idea about that. Did you have a different universe? By the way, we're back on the Roku channel here on the Rich Eisen
it's nice
Show.
to be back. Hey, it's a good universe.
You're back. You're back. I've got about a minute and 50 seconds till the radio audience rejoins, and that'll be a big audience. So listen, why is the universe telling you not to talk about Caitlin Clark?
Because I'm an idiot. Mostly. The reason is because I'm an idiot. And I want to say,
yes,
we are big supporters. We took show to Iowa to support during the first day of men's March Madness to launch the women's March Madness because just wanted to catch the vibe of what Iowa was with Caitlin Clark on camp. I think what she has done, obviously, remarkable. Now, it's the whole rookie class and yada, yada, yada. We get it. United States Olympic team tickets, so I'm not even getting into it. But nonetheless, I am dumb, and the way I speak, not good. And multiple times, God has come in and been like,
well, plus you're big in Iowa, though, because you chose Iowa to beat Michigan in the Big Ten championship game, Pat, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Did that happen?
Nobody in Iowa remembered that. I want you to know that nobody in Iowa remembered that when I was going through through it. But there was a chance. There was a chance in Michigan. No, it's not your bad at all. It's 100% my bad, actually. That's what we're kind of getting to. The Michigan thing. I picked against Michigan every week last year.
I noticed, Pat. I noticed. So did all of us Wolverines. We did, but that's why you are who you are. The love for you no, seriously, man. The what you bring to College Game Day. I know you were kind to say something to me to start. What you've brought to College Game Day and what you bring to College Game Day is second to none. Dude,
shut up.
Seriously, no, it's the truth, man. I'll say it.
Rich, I don't want to hear it. I want to talk about this Michigan team, though. Thank you for the kind words. Very kind of you. You have to say that, though, right now, specifically.
No, I do have to say that right now. And if you don't mind, just give me just 1 second. There's one other thing I really have to say. I'm back on the Rich Eisen Show radio network, simulcasting with the Pat McAfee Show on ESPN, also on the Roku channel. Look at us right now.
Look at us.
Pulling it off.
And everything's okay, radio audience. I know it might have sounded a little chaotic whenever we went in the break there. Everything is okay. We worked it out. It was just a little bit of a glitch in the entire system over there.
Okay, and
but
so,
no, I
and
appreciate that.
so we talk until, just so I know the run of show here, we talk until the mullet man from Oklahoma State shows up on your program. Is that what's happening?
Bingo.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Does he still have a mullet? Does Gundy still have a mullet?
A little bit.
It's a little bit more sporty. It's like a coupe.
Is he 50 now?
Oh, he's like 55.
Is he really?
Your age.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all right, very good. Well, we can run a 40 against
he was
Schefter.
40.
And,
He's
and
57.
and
He's
get
the same age
dusted.
as Schefter.
Okay.
You don't want to race
57.
Gundy.
Oh,
Hey,
he's Schefter's
neither
in.
of you. Hey, I don't know what we're talking about, how we're talking about it,
Yes.
or what we're thinking about.
Yeah.
You nor Schefter should even think about getting into anything with this guy.
No way.
No race, no fight, no nothing. I don't think, definitely not hunting situation.
No.
I think he talked about killing a turtle one time. I don't think you want any parts of the mullet man, Gundy. He's reigning Big 12 Coach of the Year right now.
Understood.
But yes,
I appreciate
let's
that
talk
advice.
college ball.
Yes.
Let's talk college ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did pick against Michigan every week. It became
Noticed.
a thing for
Yeah.
me and with Dez and with Michigan.
Yeah.
But what that team was able to do and accomplish last year had to be obviously so much fun. I remember we were doing the simulcast at the Rose Bowl, and we requested you to come join us. And the message we got back was like, "Rich is really into this game."
I was not suitable. I was not suitable for broadcast, Pat, and I appreciate you understanding that. There's, very fortunate to do what I do for a living as long as I've been able to do it. There's really only two teams that emotionally affect me to the point where I can't be around other people. The New York Yankees are one, and Michigan football is the other. I really can't be around other people. My kids were around, and I just couldn't move. I just didn't want to move, and I appreciate you understanding that. Certainly, it was a tight game. I think Michigan had just lost the lead to Alabama at the Rose Bowl. And it was all on the line, Pat, on that day. But it was the greatest year of my sports life, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Enjoying it, especially with all the adversity that came. Obviously, the Connor Stalions, Rogue Agent, Harbaugh, who we are massive fans. I mean, massive fans of.
Right.
The way he dealt being suspended, then Sharon Moore, the way the team responded. It was like, if I was a fan of Michigan, which I have become, but if I was a fan of Michigan, it'd be like, they're trying to hold us back. Our boys aren't even blinking. Like,
Right.
literally, there seemed to be no blinking throughout the entire year. Had to love that as a Michigan alumni.
I did.
Legitimately.
I loved all of it. It was fantastic. Soup to nuts. Seeing all these guys go to the next level, too. And I can't wait to see what Sharon Moore is going to do this year. And, I'm genuinely psyched about it. And you brought up Connor Stalions. Is Gundy showing up anytime soon? Or, what's...
No, we got 4 or 5 minutes here. So this is a documentary's coming out with Connor Stalions. How many deleted text messages do you have with this guy?
I have zero, Pat. Let me ask you this question, Pat. Have you and Mrs. McAfee been on vacation before and asked somebody to take a picture of you? Has that ever happened? Where you're like, you hand your phone and say, hey, would you mind taking a picture of us? And you hand that phone to that person, and what ends up happening is you see about 90% blue sky and your head's cut off and you don't actually get what you're looking for. Do you think every single time Connor Stalions went on Etsy or whatever the hell he found these people to shoot these videos, do you think they knew exactly what they were shooting and everything he got back was 100% usable to Michigan's advantage? Do you believe that? Yes or no?
Okay, so that's your angle?
Oh,
is that what I just heard?
Yes, Pat, that is his angle.
That's part of my
These
angle.
people on the internet can't film signs.
The asking is
Stalions was
illegal.
getting amateurs.
You think it works?
It was.
You think it works?
Do I think? Do I think what worked?
You thought
humans?
that every single time it worked perfectly for him. You think that was exactly how it worked for him?
Okay, so you're saying they're saying he studied 75 games. Let's assume that at least half of those user error. We got dummies from the internet getting paid $250. Yeah. They don't know who's even given the signs.
Right.
They were filming the white hat. It was actually the blue hat sign night.
Could have been. Could have been. Until I see this, until I see it, I'm just going to say, listen, this thing got ripped out root and branch. Root and branch, and Michigan went without with him gone, with his Bobby Valentine get up on the sideline of the Central Michigan game and all of that sort of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever the hell he was
Very cool.
up to, ripped out root and branch, and they dominated for the rest of the college football season to the point where the NCAA president said they won it fair and square. So I am done on this whole subject matter. And I'm not watching that doc.
I just mentioned Connor Stalions, and you're the one that did the whole. You've ever tried to hire somebody to take a picture for you?
Yes. I've never hired anybody. Just
I just want to let you know, I never brought that up. I never brought up any of that. I just mentioned that Connor Stalions existed as a part of the adversity,
Yeah, I
which
don't like him.
certainly was real.
Not a fan.
But with
You
that
asked, am I going to watch the Netflix? No, I'm not going to watch the Netflix.
you have to. Maybe you might see some of the footage. Come on, I want to see Root and Branch. I want to see. Let's go ahead and see it. Before we get out of here to Coach Gundy,
Yes.
I do want to talk about the fact that I love that Michigan team. Sharon Moore's a dog. Wink Martindale is now a defense coordinator against college offensive coordinators. That should be a lot of fun. And you mentioned Charlie Baker saying it was fair and square. I heard Charlie Baker speak at the college football conference. I'm a big fan of his. The way his side kind of told the story about the whole sign stealing, it was like as soon as they were shown what they were shown, he thought, and Petiti thought as well, like everybody just needs to know that this is potentially a thing first so we can make sure it is fair and square at the end. If this team goes on and wins it, they go on and win it. That's why Charlie's like, as soon as anything was ever known, they had to win those games. Your team was dominant, absolutely dominant. Lucky to talk about college football, college game day, but let's talk about what you guys do on Sunday mornings because it's one of my favorite shows on TV.
Thank you.
I watch every single week. That you guys call it NFL Sunday college game day, right? That's what's it called?
No, it's called NFL Game Day Morning, Pat. That's what it's called.
Yeah, legendary. Of course.
Yes.
Of course. It is a great show.
Thank you,
and
sir.
I couldn't recommend it more in this entire thing.
Thanks, man.
Everybody back. When do we get started? And what time do you guys start that show? Is that like 4 a.m.? What time do you get there?
That's my call
on Sunday?
time. Sometimes it's a sliding call time for me, depending on what time I'm able to get up in the morning. But I do love doing it. It's I think year 15 for me doing that at NFL Network. It's a 6 a.m. Pacific kickoff time, and it'll be fun. It'll be lots of fun. And I heard Greeny is the new host of what is it called? NFL Sunday College Game Day Countdown? Is that what it's called on ESPN?
No.
Okay.
That is not that name.
All right.
You know that. Don't be an asshole,
No,
Rich.
no, it's okay. Just I'll tell Greeny just what I tell everybody who steps into this arena that at 9 a.m. Eastern time, and I told this to Ray Lewis when he was on ESPN doing the show that goes against mine. I come out of the smoke at 9 a.m. Eastern time every single Sunday. Okay.
Different kind of
I didn't
smoke,
know you
Pat.
did that.
Pat,
That makes sense now.
Yeah.
Okay, Rich.
Different smoke.
Different
smoke.
We could be waking and baking.
Definitely not what I
Takes
do.
they be taking.
Definitely not what I'm doing. But that's what I do, and I bring my A game every single Sunday. So I welcome Mike Greenberg to the fray, and it'll be fun. I can't wait to do it. It'll be season.
I can't wait to watch you
14,
guys
15.
again. Your
Thanks,
show's
Pat.
awesome. The mix,
Thanks,
the
Pat.
chemistry, the ideas. It's a really good program. You guys should be incredibly proud. I start with you guys.
pal.
I end with Football Night in America. Now, Greeny is good friend of the program. So.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You're the man. You're the absolute man. Rich, thank you for everything. We appreciate you.
Anytime, Pat. This is fun. We'll do it again.
Hey, it works. Yeah.
It
So
does.
nobody really knew if this was going to actually work. So in fact, it did. Really good. We should do this during the season, I think, a few times.
Let's do it.
If Foxy, if you could cut to the toxic table shot,
What
a
do we
little
got?
bit, it's like framed perfectly, I guess. We had to zoom out a little bit,
Look at
frame
that.
perfectly. Great.
Yeah. I
Great
like
work
it.
in the back on your side.
I like it.
Zito, great work in the back on our side. We can't thank everybody enough for making this happen. We'll talk to you again soon now that we know this is possible.
You got it. Our guys, RJ Herrera and everyone else here on the show, we got together. See, it's communication and it's love. It's love. And Schefter did not dust me. He did not dethrone me. I'm happy to do this again. So.
Well, Rich, actually, Schefter did dust you a little bit. Now, granted, he got folded up like a lawn chair, almost broke his back, almost broke his T2, his T3, but he kind of did beat your ass on the 40. That's something you're just going to have to live with, unfortunately.
All right, Rich, sorry to break it down for you, bud. You're the best, ladies and gentlemen, the Rich Eisen Show.
Awesome. That was fun. Right back at you.
Later, boys.
Have a good time. That's Pat McAfee Show, everybody.
Oh, that was amazing.
Wow, that was amazing. It smells like a weekly thing.
Yes.
Oh, man. I'm up for
100%.
doing it as much as Pat would want to, and obviously Pat's the man. What he has built for himself is unbelievable. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.